Bonjour people, bonjour, bonjour. And hello to Singapore. We're here for round 9, the second to last race of the season. I think you all enjoyed today's race, as we'll see ourselves as probably a tight battle. I weren't here for the last race. Let's see what's happening on. As long as see what's the moniker. So Constructors battle. It's only separated by 8 points. And they're the drivers. Let's have a look, see. It's not the second to last race, is it? No, we've got 4 more of a race, 3 more of a races. And Josh is about 36 points away from Seb. So Seb probably could do well in the next 2 races. Oh, hello, Abba. That's lovely. Yeah, 3 more races and a sprint race to go. Windex for the win. Ooh, maybe. Those incidents might go his way. Could probably see it. Yeah, I think Helix does look up to me. I'm an inspiration. Haha. Right, so let's settle everything. Right. Let me have a look at the weather for this race then. Ooh, dry for all out. So, no wet weather to spice it up then. This should be interesting. Simple dry race. See what strategies go about, because I guarantee we'll see a lot of safety cars in today's race. A lot. Right. No, I was going to say, I don't want to come out the cockpit. Oh, cockpit. On board. Yeah. Oh well. Ooh. So how's everyone's day been going in a very sunny day? You're somewhere hot or, you know. It's probably near summertime. Oh, Zinc has already spun. I mean, we reached his proper lap here. It's going to be a bit of a sticky situation here. Just makes it back in the pits. He'll make his out lap then. So we'll go on board with Omar. The McLaren race winner also this season in Spain. He's going to be the first person to go and set a lap there. Oh, he's also binned it in the last corner. Blimey. Right, Ferrari instead. Let's see if Seb almost does as well. We all had 3 in a row people bidding in the last corner. So Seb just set the first lap of the day then. No ERS being used, so I'm guessing this will just be a second out lap. Who's actually going to be on their lap then? Is that Williams behind him, I think? It is. It's Lee Craig right behind. We'll go and put Lee Craig then, since he's on the proper lap. So the Williams, the number 2 car, getting past Omar. Getting passed by Omar. Through turn 9 now. A very long back straight to turn 10. See if he can put in a decent time in. On board here. Through the tunnel. long straights, then into the again, into continues in the bang. Through turn 20 and 21 then. 2 and 3. Let's see what time Nick Craig is going to post then for the fight for pole. So Williams is going to put in 1 minute 39.8. Seb did go for a very slow lap and looks like he spun again and he's into the barrier. And Windex goes even quicker than Lee Craig with a 1 minute 39 flat. Basically flat. I think he'll be happy with that time. And SRK slapped up with a 1 minute 37.7. So 2 seconds clear, 1.2 seconds clear. Then Windex is Alpha Tauri with the 1 turn. I say that so far. And then Shadow goes quicker with a 1 minute 37.8. Some quick times being posted on the lap time board then. So it's Gabby as well as being P3 with 1 minute 38.9 in that Red Bull, reserving today. That's Windax is in the barrier. That's cars by Lewis did put a 1 minute 41 in, as well as, and that's Chimp, the Alpine going quicker, and Gabby with a 1 minute 38.4. But a bit of a gap there between him and the Red Bull. See, you don't know that as well. See it there, through sector 2. A bit of traffic's happening there. Williams, I'm guessing that's Zinc. Is that's in that traffic? No, it's not. It's past a good sector 1. All do be it. So. For that long straight there, I think just about to head into sector 2. We'll finish off sector 2 with the slings. Anderson Bridge. For the second DRS point to be opened. See what sector 2 can hold for him. 1 minute 5. It's a decent second sector, to say at least. Into the last couple of corners here then, teammate joined in, so we'll have a full lobby for Singapore. Might be interesting. Let's see if he doesn't spin the car this time. Zinc. And around the final corner. Let's see what time he can post. It's P4. 1 minute 38.7. Decent time for the Hasses then. With 37 and 38. Basically not the same time, just swapped around. A 37.8 and a 38.7. Helix Aston Martin swerving my right now. Yeah. Absolutely. It's Tyrant with a 1 minute 39.5. So far he's in P7. Expect better from Seb and Omar to do their better lap times later on, once they can stop their spinning issue. Josh is on their lap, on his lap. So second place, runner-up of last season as well as. Let's see what they can do in this time. And now, lost the championship to Jordan. Could lose the championship because Seb needs the race to go his way in the next 3 races if he wants any chance to win the championship. There is a sprint race happening. And in Japan, which is next, which will be an Uzi. Japan's a lovely track. From the second straight then, going through the slingshots now. You guys, I know probably you guys never watched the old F1 races, but man, I'll tell you though, the slings they had before were absolutely amazing and dangerous at the same time. So is Josh posting a fast sector 2 with 1 minute 5.7. Faster sector 2, according to the game. I don't know how much that is true, but he is. Hazy keeps leaving, joining and leaving at the moment. Heading through a tricky part of the circuit now, hoping he doesn't hit into any barriers before he reaches the bridge. He doesn't. Keeps it tight to the curb. And no collision with the wall, heading for the last corner now. And he's going to come with a 1 minute. He's only in P7, Josh. 1 minute 39.4 again. Expected him to do a bit better. Wizzy Purple Sector 1. It looks so. So let's see what Wizzy Boy can do then. We'll go on board with him. The DRS wide open. Faster sector 2 on 1 minute 4.5. Looking decent so far for the Aston Martin. Looking tight next to the wall there before we head through the little bridge. See what we can do then. Heading through the corner now to the last corner. Looks like it could be potential a provisional pole here. It is provisional pole for Wizzy Boy. The Aston Martin gets provisional pole against SLK with 1 minute 7.5. Wow, that's a great lap by him. About 3 times clear. Ooh, keeps out the wall. 2 times clear of SLK. He's going to want to hope he can improve, and he has improved a lot. Heading for a sector 2, so we joined on him for a great time. Car number 95. It's okay, let's see what he can do with the camera shot there. And sticking tight to the barriers and the curbs. He'll help him gain extra time, I think, as well as Seb's on his lap, as we see a Alfa Romeo in a wall. So is okay going to retake that provisional pole? He is, with a minute 37 flat. Seb starting his lap now. So what can a World Championship leader do then? So can Seb challenge for pole position with SLK and Wizzy Boy? That was a fantastic lap by SLK as he does take provisional pole. Omar nicks up to P4 then. The McLaren will be happy with that. He did a good result here to get back into a good fighting position for the championship. Constructors, to say the least. Fast sector 1 then for Seb. Heading down to the long straight. ERS will be absolutely vital before he heads to the slings. And through Anderson Bridges goes. Through the hairpin. This could be a decent time if he can get a good sector 2. Red Bull gets out the way of Seb. It's a 1 minute 4.3. So far, looking for a decent chance for a front row or provisional pole. They're going to stick close to the curb and walls, which he does. Close to the wall there. Tight as he can go through the small bridge. Heading into the last couple of corners then. To the last corner. Let's see what time Seb can do. The World Drivers Leader at the moment. He's going to go with a 1 minute 37.1. It's good. It's a front row for him. We're not quite close to pole. To SLK. Let's see how tight that is between them two. That is incredibly close. 0.078. Separated them between Seb for pole position. Timu up to P5, and Shock up to P6, knocking Omar down 2 positions, and Shadow improved as well as to get himself into P4. See what Timu can do then. See if he can set a faster lap as he can. Windex goes up to P4, so it's a 1-4 at the moment for Alpha Tauri with 4 minutes to go. I think Timu is boxing now. Yeah, he is. Timu comes in. There's a shocker will as well as. See who else is also doing a lap. Zink is out on doing his lap now. I think Josh is doing his out lap. And Hazy is doing his lap as well as out lap. So a couple of drivers doing their out lap. Then they'll get going to do their first full lap. But on board with Zink though. I don't know if he's boxing this lap or not. He's pretty low on ERS before we head to the last corner. I think he used quite a lot before. On his out lap, surely he must have, as the ERS is finished. Opens that DRS then. It's not going to help him a lot, but he gets us up to P4 with a 1 minute 37.5. Clears Windex by a good 2 tenths. This is good enough for Zink. Good position so far for Haas then. P4, 6 then. Starting on that second and third row. And again, drivers who wouldn't expect to be down at the bottom doing their laps, as well as Hazy coming through sector 2. And slings to Anderson's Bridge. And around the hairpin. Just need to fix that R1 thing. Fastest second sector with 1 minute 4 flat. So this could be pole position then for Hazy, provisional pole. And there's only 2 minutes left, 2 minutes 25. So drivers coming out as quickly as they can to come set their final runs. So he comes through the final 2 corners now. It's the last corner of the circuit. Looks quick, that does by Hazy. It's going to be in 1 minute 46.8. Provisional pole for the McLaren. Hazy takes it, 2 tenths clear of SLK. That's an astonishing lap, first driver to make it to the 36 so far in tonight's session. SLK doing his out lap then, and so is Seb. So this could be a very close fight for pole. Wizzy on his proper lap. So what can he do? Every hairpin has to go through traffic. Keeps it, just nearly loses it, but keeps the car straight to the end. With 1 minute 30 to go. This could be the closest fight at the pole we could get. I think he's saving his ERS now. Maybe. Yeah, he is saving it to go to do one more lap. As he abandoned that lap, he's got his Aston teammate behind him, Tyrant, who I believe he's on his lap. I think he is. No, he's not. It was that lap. So, fight for pole position then. Here we go. We'll keep on board with the main ones who look like they could potentially fight for it. SRK, we'll go on board with him as he's the closest man to fight for our pole. At the moment, 2 attempts he needs to find and try and get that pole position then. The Avatar is storming through sector 2, as this way you need to improve a lot than the other parts of the track. Through Anderson Bridge before he heads into the hairpin. Let's see, opens that DRS onto that long straight. So 1 minute he goes, he does gain more time, but it's not enough to be on pole at the moment. So I'll beat the provisional pole. He cuts the corner slightly. That's SLK's chance for pole gone. Oh, that's him then. Out of chance getting provisional pole. Seb doing his lap now, but just about made it to the line. Seb comes through then, and he's a quick sector 1. And Shadow going P3. It's a good time for the Haas. But obviously Seb is 0.001 and separating him and Seb. But Seb is on his lap and he's improved more. That's Tyrant disqualified from the session for parking in a dangerous place. And he has a faster sector 1 Seb. This could be very close between Seb and Hazy. He's got a flag steaming around the track as well as Josh needs a good time as well if he wants to be anywhere near Seb, Hazy and SLK and Shadow. As he heads through the hairpin there. DRS open. Let's see what's his second sector like then. So 1 minute 4, not as close to Hazy's as he would have liked to been, as he was near enough flat. So Seb needs a great sector 3 if he wants to be starting pole tonight. which is enough important in Singapore as it's hard to overtake here, as we know, as it's such a tight track, and needs a great strategy if he starts behind them. So heading through the last 2 corners then, is Seb going to take pole position from Hazy? He is! Oh wow, that is incredibly close. Seb takes pole position from Hazy. I think we have a pole position setter there. Josh only good enough to speed P9. But what a lap by Seb. And it's good enough. 0.001 separates Seb and Hazy for pole position. That is incredible. Incredible. Well, 0.002, I think the time report's got that wrong because that's 81, not 70, I don't know, 80. But wow, that sector 3 was most important for Seb, and he got it spot on right, found that sweet spot. And the Portuguese starts pole. Fans will be absolutely delighted with that, and any Seb's fans will be as well as. It's the prancing horse in pole. McLaren was quick, but just not quick enough to stop Seb's dominance. SLK had a great qualifying session doing P3. Shadow will be P4 as well as, so getting great qualifying by the Haas. Wizzy Boy will be P5. The Aston will be absolutely delighted. They're starting P5 here, as he's put up a good fight for it. I'll go do a grid rundown once we see these end shots of quali. Right, so Seb on pole by 0.002 to Hazy, as he will start from the front row with him. SLK and Shadow will start in the second row. Decent qualifying by then, again very close between them. Wizzy Boy and 2 Magnus will be starting P5 and P6, and Zinc and McLenny will be P7 and 8. Chenga Boy and Windex will be P9 and 10. Omar starting outside the top 10 will be P11, and Timu will be P12. Chimp and Shocker will be P14 and 13. 13 the Berg, but my name Berg, by the way, it's pronounced Borg. I was Berg, okay. So Borg, I'll remember that next time for tier 2. I'll say Gabby P15, and I'll do the rest once we finish this down, but the rest, the pecking order. The Tyrant will be starting last because he's disqualified. I'm sorry, by the way, Borg. Yeah, because it was an X, I was just guessing it was Berg. But I'll remember for next time in tier 2 if I'm doing comms again. Yeah. Well, great qualifying session then for you on this wonderful Sunday. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, so great qualifying then. Let's hope the race to even be better. As I said, if you're starting first, you've got a good chance of winning the race. But you need strategies to go for you. I don't remember who won here last time. I did commentate this race with Helix, and I don't remember who won. Oh well. No, we didn't do here. So we did. Oh well. And we've got 5 red lights. And it's lights out, away we go. Let's see, we'll do everything here. Who's got the best start then? Hazy gets a great start on the medium tyres compared to Seb on the hard. He's had an awful start. So Hazy then now takes first position away from Seb. Shadow with a great start as well, as he's going up to second. Seb had an awful start there then. SLK dropping down to P4, awful start for him as well then. Wizzy Boy holds on to P5, race strategies that was there if you were able to see it. So Wizzy Boy takes P5 to Magnus into P6 as well, as I think he stays there, as Josh goes up to P7. McLenny to P8, Omar finds himself in a point position to finish then. So far, as McLenny has managed to had a bit of a tank snapper, and Omar takes P8 away from the Alpine, P10 as well for Chimp, as he now finds his way into the top 10. Zinc dropping out of it, so he goes wide there. Heading into an outer driver, retiring from the session. It's Shocker and Tyrant So we have our first yellow flag, and I think that's a VSC. And Shocker and Tyrant out of this race. Windex definitely having lost out a lot of that. He's now last with no front wings to him. So he's definitely going to have to box off these hard tyres and go into a brand new set of mediums if he can. But Hazy, what a start from the Brits as he finds himself P1 now. It's a great start. Definitely been on the medium tyres, helped it a lot. Seb didn't look like he had a great start in the world as he drops down to P3. And SLK didn't have a great start either. Oh no, it is a full-blown safety car then. The safety car is out. Seb, well, Hazy would have hoped just for the VSC, as it would have helped him more and more. Thank you for you guys tuning in. Great turn up today. 13 people watching so far. Thank you for showing up. Great turnout. So safety car is in this lap. Well, not in this lap. Oh, no. If Magnus sent that way too late, I think he did. I did see Wizzy Boy spin, have a little incident into the wall. So yeah, I didn't even manage to catch the incident, but so you guys managed to pick it up better than I have. Haha. So Marcangelo and Windex then both boxes for a new change of front wing. There you go, predicted pit stop strategy. If you're on the hard, you're doing a one stop with a hard to medium, and it looks like if you're on the mediums, you're doing a medium soft. I hardly doubt it though. I think they will be doing a medium hard strategy. Unless the strategy board is not lying, could see it happen. Alright, so again, Hazy with a great start. Talk about that start again. Great start off those mediums again. Predicted strategy coming up on the board. One stop, lap 18, looking like where the hard tyres will be pitting for those new set of mediums. And where people for the medium tyres could potentially be doing a two stop. I highly doubt it yet again. I'll talk about it. Well, Hazy, brilliant start from him, and Shadow and SLK and Seb definitely had the worst starts compared to them two. Team Magnus is up to P5 and Josh and Omar up to P7 and 6. P8 and 9 for Chimp and Zinc, and Zinc in P10 just taking out that final point position. Gabby does find himself into P11, so great start then by the Romanian. Let's see, positions Latinos gained the most and lost the most. Definitely lost the most, was busy. They did have an incident which caused him to lose those positions. And Windex definitely as well as P8. Michelangelo only gained 2 positions. Lewis gained 4. So has Los Kells gained 4. Gabby gained 4. Chimp gained 4. Omar gained 4. Josh 3. 2 Magnus 1. 2 and 1 for the 2 top drivers there. So we'll come back up to the drivers then. There's no one got penalties. And wow. Don't think we're going to need that lap telemetry data. You know, that'll be only used for quali, I suppose. So we said the Aston Martin today. We've got the red Mercedes, which apparently is a bit more quicker as a safety car, so I think these will take it. Well, this could be a definitely fun race then. 2 DNFs already. We're heading into lap 3. I wouldn't be surprised if the safety car would be in this lap, as if we have the pack bunched up together. As I thought as much, safety cars in this lap then. We're back underway racing. Let's see if Hazy can pull away from the pack definitely Shadow. His race strategy is going to come into play here by the people who started on the hards with Shadow, Seb, SLK and Josh. Definitely gone for the longer set of a stint compared to people on the mediums in the top 10. I think it might pay off well for him. As we saw the hard tyres, as Alba proved in Spa, the strategy could pay off incredibly well if it goes for you. You could also lose a lot of time if it doesn't, especially say if there was a safety car. So Hazel will get us back underway as the safety car head through into the pit lane as we nearly head through the last corner. Needs to time this right to pull away from Shadow, and I think he has. He goes now as we go back underway racing. The green flags are back waving. Has Hazy got a good start, good pull away, only 2 tenths, so not much. Didn't pull away far, no one gaining, overtaking anyone through the first turning. So close pack then together, as we know not much overtaking can be done in Singapore unless when the DRS is open on those straights. It's the only chance of overtaking, but Shadow might be able to prove me wrong here, as it looks like descending wheel to wheel, banging there by Hazy and Shadow. So Shadow just backs out slightly to Hazy. You know, Shadow's got a fantastic race pace compared to his quali. Even his quali pace is very good as well as. So it'll be interesting what he could do. We'll see the top 10 slightly pulling away from P11, well the top 9 I should say, it's pulling away from 10 and below. Anyone battling anywhere else? I don't think so. Mark Angelo's the closest to a car. It's Lee Craig. I think about the sending a hairpin here, but he doesn't. He slams on the ERS. The plunging horse needs to be a little bit more quicker than usual then if he wants any chance. Being we know quick Windexes, so if he wants to get into positions quickly before he has to fight Windex. Okay, no one pretty close, as I really think there would be at the moment. SLK dropping time to Seb, 8 tenths behind, and Shadow dropping time to Hazy as he is near for second behind him. So Hazy doing well to pull away as he needs to in this race. Otherwise, again, that hard tyre strategy might come into play for him. He sets the fastest lap with 1 minute 42 flat. Now, let's see, anyone else close to battling? I don't think so, as Lewis is slightly pulling away to Wizzy Boy. So we need DRS to be opened up as quickly as you possibly can, so we can have some chances of overtaking. So where could the grid look at then? And McCarry looks right behind on Omar. This takes a better exit than Omar does, definitely. About 3 tenths back. Omar almost losing the car there, so better exits again for McLenny. Had himself a fantastic race in Tier 2. Let's see if he could have a good race in Tier 1. He is into the points, top 9. Top, well, yeah, P8, very good for him at the moment. Around the airport it goes then. Josh sees himself a little pickle, as does hard tyres. He's quick enough to get past to Magnus, but needs to be careful because he does have Omar not that far behind him. He needs to stay out of any mistakes here as well as. Going through that bridge, keeping it tight away from the wall as he can. It is a tight, especially with these bigger cars. As McLenny has left the session, that's no good. That's going to allow Chim to get past his teammate then. As he takes the fastest lap again with 1 minute 41.5, and he's flying away from Shadow now. 2 seconds is the gap, as we see Chim now get past his teammate. I will be surprised if Zeke gets past McLenny then, goes to McLenny. So 2 seconds separates the leader. Lap 6 here. Out of 31. DRS wide open. Let's see if we will get any overtaking. Seb, 6 tenths back to Shadow. For the first DRS zone of the race to be activated. And we don't see anyone close as Lee Craig overtakes Lewis, but Lewis looks like to probably fight back, in which he doesn't. Luca gets up to P15 then against Lewis. And Windex did overtake Mark Angelo in the end. There's through Anderson Bridges, and then McLennan's back. And just in time to save his race a bit here, heading through the hairpin then. Bit wide, Shadow goes compared to Seb's different lines, I suppose, to take. But I think Seb went, no, Shadow went a bit wide for his liking. There's a bit of a tyre lock-up for Seb. As Josh is all over two Magnus. Two Magnus leaving any much space that he could for Josh. Two Magnus goes wide as he hits the wall. This could allow Josh to overtake at the bridge, and it does, and that's going to leave two Magnus into the wall here. He's took too much of a wide line and it slams into the wall, as that allows Josh now to take P5. Hazy again with the third fastest lap of this race. Two Magnus is DNF from this race then. I think that could lead to another safety car, and it does. That could leave Hazy plenty of box here. As there we go, as we see Gabby heading to the pit lane then. So does Los Kells. 17 to the pits for a new set of medium tyres. Well, hard for Gabby, mediums for Kells, as Kells flies off then. I think he's onto a two-stop strategy, as he will go long on those mediums and box again for probably soft tyres towards the end, as car number 8 flies off then. So as soon as Hazy was flying away, still of 2.5 seconds to Shadow. Safety car's been called out to two Manners, his mistake. But there was a great overtake by Josh, and definitely needed some balls to do it there. And he had the cojones to do it. He got the job done. So he's up to P5, then Omar up to P6, and Zink up to P7. Got past Chip then. Zink is definitely, after that safety car, had a better start to the race after that safety car, the first one. I'll reach the second safety car. I don't know if the medium runners will be boxing to do a two-stop strategy or onto the hards and go incredibly long on them. Ooh, it's Hazy. That's why, probably just to up his tyre wear. Shadow is backing off a lot compared to the rest. 2.9 seconds. About 3 seconds, 2.9 seconds to Hazy. Right, come on Magnus, that was a massive skill issue. But Hazy does box then in the end. That is a Wizzy Boy comes out when the shot, so basically with a Fernando Alonso bit of radio talk. So Hazy onto the hard tyres then, off the mediums, as I would expect. Doing a double stack McLaren, had a good run to do it. As he comes in. Off the mediums, onto the hards. Car number 19 goes off then. Let's see, Omar nearly hit the track, man. Yeah. So McLaren's at the back at each other then on the hard, so they've definitely got a huge advantage on the rest of the grid, as they've now made that free pit stop underneath the safety car, and they won't need to pit again. I don't think they will need to. But it's going to be one long stint, and they need to get out of trouble if they want to keep that strategy nice and well. They have to go their way. No one else on the mediums decides to box as well. The Los Cal's 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings then. So Shadow now, we have a new race leader with Shadow taking the lead of the race. Seb up to P2, that's okay to P3, and Josh P4. Zink is now P5. Definitely better start to that race after the safety. Oh, pardon me. After the safety car. Chimp P6 and McLennan P7. Timu P8. Wizzy Boy up to P9, P10 for Lee Craig, into the points it goes, as Lewis is P11, Windex P12, P13 Mark Angelo, P14 Hazy, P15 Omar, P16 Los Kells and Gabby, P17 we have lost to Magnus, Shocker and Tyrant, or Toriant, that's it. So, safety cars in this lap then. So, Shadow will get us back underway. I was just reading the Discord chat, see what the drivers are going on. So, Shadow flies off there. I think I saw a front wing fly off there. I don't know, I'm not too sure. But off Shadow goes. Definitely a bit more drivers close to him. Chip looked like he could have a take. Zinc here. Zinc just defends well enough. Off circuit he goes though. So definitely could be the tyres hindering him a bit compared to those hard. Well, mediums. Well, anyway, mediums could be hindering him as they are getting older. We do reach on lap 9 as McLenny joins back just in time to see if he can defend from Timu, but Timu's got a good run onto the straight as they do go side by side here, but ahead of the corner he goes as he could be trouble. Timu to Wizzy Boy, I don't think so anymore though, as Craig is right behind Wizzy Boy now as Hazy gets past Michelangelo with ease. Let's see what the McLaren driver can do. He has to get past Windex. Windex could help out his teammate though and defend Hazy as long as he possibly could. We know Windex is a capable driver doing so. He is quick. And there is a bunch of a big gap here. Anderson's bridge then through to the hairpin. Running outside Hazy could think to go to turn into a switchback. Oh, he's been hit. He's been touched there by the Ferrari Michelangelo. He's not going to be absolutely happy with that at all. But Omar, could he do the teammate thing and just let his teammate by, not bother fighting it, which he does then in the end. Could help him defend instead. This could be a better opportunity for having Omar behind instead of Michelangelo, who decided to clip Hazy, which sent him a bit further back. He's not going to be out with that. We've seen now Michelangelo dropping further behind. Must have had an incident in the middle of it. So that was a great start then. Hazy needs to get past Windex and the people in front. This one's a good opportunity to keep this hard tyre strategy into play. That is, needs to think about saving tyre wear as well, so it doesn't even use that much ERS if not needs be. 4 times separates then Shadow and Seb. As we see Los Gatos box then, the mediums he goes. So close. Yeah, close between the top 4. You see Josh just slightly falling out of favour at the DRS zone when we get it. 1 second behind. It's not as quick compared to the top 3 and Hazy. So I think where he is now to P6, P5 will be a great position for him in this race if he does end up there. But he needs to be still level heading with Seb, so he needs to get near to the same about a point in the next 3 races if he wants any chance of still winning this championship or just become runner-up yet again. The team who taking an especially bad line through the slingshot to Anderson's bridge onto the hairpin as he has Wizzy Boy right behind him. If Wizzy Boy can find a good exit, could probably go for an overtake. As we see Hazy getting past Lewis then. He's up to P11. He did get past Windex as Windex goes for a cheeky dive. That's a great overtake by Windex in the background and Omar to get past Lewis. So Lewis has been absolutely done in and he drops out of P40, but what an overtake by Windex for a little dive and gets that job done as he has Omar right behind him. Hazy 1 position off, getting to that point positions now on the new hards. And with the people still to box as DRS is now unable to receive our first person box off the mediums. As we see Wizzy Boy spinning on the last corner, McLaren gets a 5-second penalty in the pit lane as he is on to the hard tyres now in lap 11. Well, no, he's on the new set mediums as yeah, so it is a 2-stop for the medium tyre runners then. As we see DRS is wide open for Seb. If Seb could potentially go for a move on that long straight, I think he is. Down the inside he goes, on to Shadow. Shadow needs to defend well. No tyre banging by these two yet. And Seb then goes to the long outside as these two collide. And SLK. So Seb is going to drop down a lot of positions there. That's not going to be helpful for him at all. He's to try going wheel to wheel outside. He tries to go, but it wasn't good enough. And it definitely did help with SLK hitting the back of him. So SLK a bit lucky to be there, to be honest, not to get any damage from that. And Shadow. The Sink is going to be right behind then, and he could box this lap potentially. So we could either see it has 1-2 at the moment, or maybe not. It doesn't look like he's got any physical damage on the car visual. Josh got overtaken by Chimp in the end. As we head through the tricky part of the track then. Schmady could overtake it before, as I think it's a bit too far back to do it again. Really close, yes. Chaldinho did get past Lee Craig then, he's into P7. He's right behind Timu, Josh and Chip, so definitely Hazy making himself way through the grid. Like watching Max Verstappen. He'll win every single race. As he hits that DRS, could get past Timu here. Set himself through T1, turn 1. Wheel to wheel heading through it. On the inside it goes, it gets the job done just before we head for turn 2 and 3. So now he's going to be right behind Josh. So he sets himself up to be first position then. If everyone else boxes, his McLaren teammate Hazy Omar not getting himself any luck, as he looks like he could get past himself, past Windex here. Took it to himself, and now it's Seb retiring out of the race into the pit. But it's good news for Josh, as he now could definitely gain points on Seb. But he needs a race win if he wants to get any more points, and I don't think that could happen for him. So could gain little by little though, as Hazy is going to be right behind Josh after we head through Anderson's Bridge into the hairpin. He's right behind him now. Hazy definitely straightens himself out after the hairpin. So the two Williams then right next to each other, as they're into a good double point position to P8 to P7. Chimp right behind Zink then to fight for a potential P3. Yet these two yet to pick yet though. Heading through the last corner. That's okay, getting himself a 3-second time penalty then, going wide too much there. As that is Lee Craig going off then just before the last turn into VSC, as well as, does he have any damage? He does, and he scores the VSC. So it's not a full-blown safety car. I think those who had a VSC then just went past the pit lane. Let's Lee Craig DNF and then in the pit lane. So just before we head into it. And a couple of drivers with frustrated as they missed the pit lane. They yet haven't boxed. I'm going to quickly get to the toilet, so I'll be back and I'll go for the race with the shadow. So God, I'll be back in 1 minute. I have returned as Shadow still holds his lead then. That's Windex dropping down to P10. We'll have some real incidents, so Gabby will take that P9 then. So Hazy up into P6 as he gets himself past Timu, as well as he did get past Timu beforehand. He's going to be all behind Josh, all over him. We have DRS back enabled, as well as that VSC. So which of the medium runners first is going to come in? I think it's going to be Zink, as he looks like he is. It's going to be SLK on the hard tyres, coming in then for a pit stop. So he comes in before the medium runners, as now Hazy, he's got himself all behind Josh. He's right behind the Alfa Romeo diffuser. Good thing about a cheeky descent. No, he doesn't. The DRS opens wide enough. I think it's close enough to go for an overtake though, if needs be. Ooh, as he doesn't, as Josh does get that slipstream from the Alpine of Chimp. Could see a McLaren 1-2 here, as they're the only team who's made that pit stop underneath the second safety car. They will go with a long stint compared to the rest, but their strategy by these two could be absolutely played off well. by the McLaren team, as they could both finish into a 1-2 position, and Hazy chasing after his second win, and Omar chasing after his another podium for him. As DRS opens up, then Chimp doesn't have the DRS, so he could see himself overtaken by Josh, who tried to defend from Hazy beforehand, as Josh then goes to the inside line, but Chimp went the long way around. It's paid off for him, as it's not paid off for Josh, as Hazy could go around the outside of Josh now. Long way round, tries to switch back on him before they head into the tiny bridge. The Hazy backs off just a little and takes it easy instead. Doesn't want to get any damage to ruin this strategy of his. So, just taking it easy, Hazy, between the rest. Let's see the gap to the leader for him. Only 5 seconds separates him with the leader. So far, as Omar gets himself past team members, he boxes now. So far, it's a Haas 1-2. As you can see, Hazy overtake Josh here. Josh went a bit wide for his liking, and then he just gets the overtake done, Hazy. That's a great move, yet again, by the McLaren #1. Let's see if he can get past himself, Chimp, and then be right in his way himself to be P1 when these guys in front box. Chimp hasn't got any DRS, or ERS for the matter of the fact. So, Hazy's got himself a good advantage then to get himself into P3. Omar needs to hurry himself along if he wants to see himself in that fight for P5 against Josh. As it comes through Anderson Bridge into the hairpin. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Hazard Racing race. If you are outside of the league, as Hazy looks like he could overtake Chimp then, just before Chimp defends the inside, as Chimp does go wide though. That could leave Hazy to get a better exit, which he does, wheel to wheel before we head into the slings, as Hazy gets his nose in front, which he does. Around the outside he goes. Chimp again defending from the inside just before Hazy gets a great exit. Chimp leaving no room. Oh, they've just about made it work though. Wheel to wheel, amazing wheel to wheel action. Chimp just has enough to defend it though. Could look like himself to box though. No, it doesn't box just yet. Could find himself a second attack by Hazy, the speedy McLaren, against the Alpine here. Again, defending the inside line, the outside. Inside goes Hazy, and Chimp just decided to back off. Decided, you know what, I'm not going to bother fighting it. I've had enough. Lets him by. So Hazy into P3 then, chasing after Zinc, his victim here, as he's made some hell of a positions. After that safety car and boxing, Chimp could find himself in trouble against Josh though. Josh finds himself going down the inside to Chimp, and could he get the overtake done, which he does. Chimp been forced to go off track there, and could see himself under attack of Omar, as well as possibly, as those hot mediums are looking horrible at the moment, to say at least, especially the rear tyres. He's definitely seen his brain in line coming in. He's definitely bringing his mediums to go as long as they possibly can to avoid that what-2 stop. Anderson Bridge, oh my god, tries the overtake in the hairpin. Little contact made on Chimp, but it's not enough to send anyone flying or lose any time, to matter at least to say. That was ballsy by Omar to go overtake at the hairpin. It's not about overtakes are normally done unless you got yourself a good run into an opponent goes wide, say at least. Hazy then 1.1 seconds, thinking Omar with a 3-second penalty, but I don't think he will mind us, because we know he will be cleared of the rest who are on the strategy to go box sooner or later. As we see now, Chimp battling Zinc. Zinc decides to, you know what, I'm not going to bother. He's going to take the opportunity to box then of his mediums. We'll see what the Haas driver could do then, as he only has one victim to catch now. Hazy to go catch Shadow. 4 seconds is the gap between them. Probably won't need it though, as Chimp is still trying to defend off Omar here. Omar has the ERS advantage on him, needs to know when to save it though, as we're heading to the first straight and second DRS zone of the track. As Omar's got himself a lovely run and slipstream off the Alpine as he goes round the outside compared to him, and he gets that job done. So Omar up into P4 with only one man to try and catch against him, and it's against Jacob Boy. Just saw yellow flags there. I don't know if it was second set of yellow flags then, but I'm guessing skills, lost skills possibly. That's one of the back markers at the moment. Mugabe finds himself into P6. And the Red Bull will be absolutely delighted with it, as he also took an opportunity to box underneath the safety car. So, again, definitely gained some positions on those who haven't boxed yet. .9 seconds is the gap for Hazy to catch up to Shadow. Wow, what an enthralling race. I can take it very finally, because there have been a lot of battles going, and there sure will be a battle again once Hazy catches up to Shadow. And before those, but Shadow now reaches his pit window. Lap 18, as you saw before for the pit strategy board. Lap 18 is the pit stop window for these hard tyres. So Josh and Hay and Shadow get the opportunity to box, so it does Wizzy Boy. Spark has made himself a 3-second penalty. Yeah, 3 seconds for Lost Cows. After that for Tauri, I don't know which one it is. It's Windex in the wall just before we reach the bay. Definitely needs to get himself back into order before he finds himself in a dangerous position. I just saw Lost Cows get past Windex then. He's lost his front wing. And that's okay. He did box beforehand off those hards, but hasn't managed to see himself gain any positions more than one. So should definitely could have hold his position. He gets the fastest lap though, and he's up to P13. Everyone else in front of him is box, so this is going to be a difficult one to find himself back into the points, as he is very far behind those scales and Lewis. And definitely very far away from the top 10 itself, as Omar is right behind as Josh could find himself probably put a pin in the next couple of laps or this lap itself. There you go, so as I said, Josh will box this lap then. So he has the Alfa Romeo. Omar sits himself into P3. Josh gets a 5-second penalty for spinning in the pit lane. Must have thought the pit lane rule was a 50 speed, 50 miles per hour speed, God, whatever the fuck it's called. As he finds himself up those hards into the mediums then. He's going to be absolutely frustrated with that 5-second penalty. That's going to hinder him a lot as well, as he drops down to P8. Could drop himself further than P8, definitely drops himself into P10. But on the fresh set of mediums, could see him catch up to Team and Zig as quickly as possible. So 1.7 is the gap then between Hazy and Shadow. No lag for Hazy. No mark. Seems himself could be a seat. Let's have some 1-2 for the McLaren team. Let's see where the Haas will come out. So Shadow will look to come out just behind McLennan. This is not good for him. He will be dropping out of the very good podium position. Chimp could find himself as well into P3. So Gabby can see himself in the podium position then. So look at the Div 2 driver. Right, F2 driver more or less could see himself in the podium in his first race. Well, I think it's his first race. No, it's not. Could see himself, well anyway, the F2 driver could see himself into a P3 position, which he'd be absolutely delighted about. To say at least, Chimp has done well to drive these mediums into 18 laps. Definitely could be on a 75%. I mean, you can see how dead those mediums look as we see Hazy now. No, Shadow box. Then he's going to be making that pit stop. I was hoping for a late safety car. Probably Chimp was as well as, but it has not happened. So these hard strategies, hard tyres, definitely not gone as they wanted to. Wizzy Boy's boxed as well as gets himself a 5-second penalty. He's not going to be happy with that. Shadow will find himself into P6 then. Could find himself behind his teammate as Sink comes through the final corner. There'll be close battle between them, I suppose. No, I don't think it will be. Shadow does find himself at the P6 then. As Omar and Cialdino find himself P1 and 2. So 1-2 for McLaren so far. It's on unless there's a safety car. Could drag Omar into a place where he doesn't want to be, as he has got that 3-second penalty, so that's going to hinder him a lot. Chimp yet to box yet, and those 19 lap old medium tyres. He's dragging him as much as he can. He hasn't boxed yet whatsoever. Let me see if I can get to stop. Yeah, he hasn't stopped once yet. So this is going to be long. Very long for him. As you see SLK retire, and that is going to bring out the full course safety car, and that is going to be so helpful for Chimp, as that could see him off these medium tyres. He was praying for a late safety car. Absolutely praying for it. The McLaren boys probably didn't want that at all. Well, Hazy wouldn't mind that whatsoever, but Omar probably didn't want it, as that will include the people with the 3-second penalties then. We'll need a fly away from Shadow, and more at least. Shadow will be happy with that, as now he's on the faster set of tyres compared to everyone else, and the freshest. Everyone in front of him is going to absolutely be worrying about if he gets past them. Right, they're back in 1 minute. Goes over there, I'll be back. Ten laps to go then. Omar decides to box off the hards and go to the medium, so does Hazy. And Zink stays on the hard option then, so he's not on a two-stop strategy compared to everyone else. The McLaren boys again, a good chance for a fight for at least a win and a podium position to these two, but next to themselves a 3-second penalty. Ooh. The soft tyre option goes for McLenny and Los Kells as we reach the last 10 laps of this race. Thank you for those tuning in though. Absolutely wonderful turnout today. I'm happy for you guys seeing this beautiful race. We've actually had a great lot of racing today, I've got to say at least. We had some great overtaking moves. And obviously 3 safety cars is not a but it's a bummer, but it is Singapore. And we went for a very long time without one. So just my parents calling me out for something. But anyway, I'm back here for good for the rest of the race now. Again, thank you for tuning in today. I'm forever grateful, and I'm forever in your debt. Not debt, but you know, grateful. As you see then, Shadow and Zink Haas going for their first double podium of the season. Omar hoping to get McLaren's second, I'm pretty sure, no, their first double podium. These two fighting out for their first double podium this season. Chimp obviously predicted the strat. Well, he's got that strategy to a point. So, could see himself fighting for that podium position as well. As Omar has got himself a 3-second penalty. So it's well all due for happen for these drivers to fight for a podium position. Don't count out Gappy, Wizzy Boy or Josh, as well as onto new fresh pairs of medium tyres. Everyone's boxed. This could be an interesting 8 or 9 laps now. The highlights will be put onto the YouTube channel after this. Ooh-wee, it's a set of cars in this lap then. Let's strap yourselves in for a good 8 laps then. See who either fights for a win, fights for a podium. Who's going to get the first double podium of the season out of Haas and McLaren? Who's going to get a win, the second race for the season between Shadow and Hazy? And who is going to finalise that podium position between Chip, Omar, Sink and Gappy? We will find out sooner or later, as Hazy will get us back underway soon as we head through now the final corner. And Hazy has gone. Not yet. Shadow could see himself a good start as Hazy is gone now. See these two, Shadow and Hazy, could find themselves wheel to wheel. Chim gets himself a great start. Compare, so does Omar as Chim finds himself into P3, no, into P4. Even if Zink's had a terrible start compared to everyone else. Gabby's had an instant into Wizzy Boy. He heads into Wizzy Boy. Didn't have saves him there. He stays P6, drops down to P7 now. But Chim finds himself, and Omar finds himself having a great start here, as they've had themselves a fantastic. Zink drops himself down to P4, but over P3. Chim finds himself in P4, fighting for P3, as Omar does have that 3-second penalty. That didn't hinder him a lot, but that was a great, smart decision by Shadow to go wheel to wheel just beforehand, but just didn't get the edge on Hazy, and Hazy just saves himself out of that positioning. Josh only drops down to P9. Still nothing he can do about it. Needs to find himself past Wizzy Boy. Needs to gain the point again, as Seb is out of the race. Goes around the airpin, he goes. Gabby all over Zink. We saw a little bit weaving by Zink there. Come around the goal around the outside here. We'll switch it into the inside. There's a bit of tyre banging by Zink, and he's hit the wall there. Don't know, he's lost the front wing. I don't think he has. Gabby could go for another take on Zink maybe before we head to the bay. I don't think we do. Through the bridge we go. So far it's McLaren, Haas, McLaren, Alpine. 3-second penalty goes to Josh, so won't be gaining any free positions. Won't be losing any positions either. So good for him. Fastest lap goes to Hazy, nicks off SLK then in the end. There's only 7 tenths separating him and Shadow. 8 tenths now. Omar needs to find at least another second in it to lose Chimp. Gabby could see himself getting past Zink then, maybe. Could go wheel to wheel just before we head into the sling. Ooh, bit of wheel contact made yet again. We go around the outside, Gabby. Definitely very close to each other, wheel to wheel action all over just before we head into the sling, into Anderson's bridge. We're just about to head into the slingshot now. Still wheel to wheel together. Gabby on the inside. Gets ahead. Great overtake by Gabby. Finds himself P5. Zink having to defend from Wizzy Boy. Then inside, Wizzy Boy goes on the airpin. I said there won't be many overtakes there, and he's proving me wrong. Wizzy Boy gets past Zink now, as Josh can see himself get past Timu. As he heads round the outside on Timu. Could turn it into an inside move. No, Timu defends just enough. But the fights that over as Josh backs out just a little. Could turn it into a little switch back inside. Bad exit took by Timu. carbon copy of the other overtake on to Magnus as Josh gets past Emu there for P8. Lovely overtake, and that's Hazy goes fastest again with a 1 minute 39.8 as Chip is losing more and more time to Omar. As Omar will absolutely like this as he's a 2-second gap there. As we see Alfie, the big Lenny then spinning around. That's not good. Windex with a penalty then, 3 seconds to him. He's not on spin his race today. DRS then activated. Wizzy Boy could see himself overtake Gabby. 4/10 in it. Gabby's out of the DRS already. And we've only got 6 laps to go. So, heading through sector 2 then. Let's see if Gabby can set himself up to defend. There's a bit of lag going on there between these two, on my point of view. And through the sling, definitely takes more. Wizzy definitely takes more curb than Gabby does before he heads to the bridge. As we had DRS wide open then for him on the long straights. Short slash long there, mid straight. Well, say at least. So see, Josh could see himself overtake Zing, and Zing leaves Josh no room, forces him to back out slightly, but they could leave Josh to go overtake before we headed through here. He does yet again. This seems like his perfect, well, his favourite overtaking zone here for Josh. This sees himself up to P7. So Timu potentially overtake as well as. So Wizzy still far back on Gabby. Doesn't seem like he's close enough yet to attempt an overtake. So the RS wide open. See, Windex could go for an overtaker there on the outside on Lost Kells. Eventually that's McLenny retiring. And before we head into the pits, that's going to cause a VSC hit. Now, full-blown safety car with 5 laps to go. And McLenny did lose it on the straight and must have hit the wall. 30 people left with 5 laps to go. So we'll definitely have a 3-lap shootout. Oh, strap yourself in, ladies and gentlemen. Singapore, you are a beauty to produce this at the moment. Wow. So, that's not good for Omar then, because that could lose him out on the podium. So far, it's Hazy in the lead. Shadow not too far behind. Omar in P3, Chip P4, Gabby P5, Wizzy P6, Josh P7, Zink P9, no P8, Timu P9, Lewis P10, Lost Girls P11, Windex P12, and Mark Angelo in P13. The lonely prancing horse left. Well, bit of lag issues are going for Windex. Mark Angelo gets himself by, but has to the position back. As we had a lap 27 out of 31. I reckon the second car will be in a lap 20, lap 28, 29. What you want to say? Alright, so juicy one here. Who's going to win this race then? I reckon it's going to be Hazy. Just about. Shadow could surprise me though. He surprised me a lot in the last 2 seasons. Omar, can he defend this P3? Can he claim that 3-second gap just enough? Chimp, can he just edge himself into that podium position? Can Gabby defend off his P5? There's a lot. Only Zinc can ruin it, but I think he's got the pace of Zinc every day of the week at the moment. Ooh. Right, then he qualified at the back of the grid. Who, Gabby? Let me see. Gained 10 positions. He qualified P15. I know that much. No one else really qualified higher up. So Gabby, yeah, he qualified P15 and wasn't at the back. He did that. Wasn't back lap 20, but he was definitely P15. Right, back at the tyre compound, I suppose. Oh, we're on to Hazy, we'll be on lap 29, so 2 or 3 lap shootout. No, I think that's 31 lap. Yeah, 3 lap shootout then. Woo! Incredibly juicy. Right. Still on the yellow flags here. Everyone's backed up, so as I thought, said the guys in this lap on lap 28, and we'll be going racing at lap 29. Righty ho. Hazy heads through the bay then. Right, off Hazy goes, gets a great start compared to Shadow, and off he flies off. With this compared 3 times off, does it go to Shadow? Ooh, Shadow too far back to try and do anything on Hazy. Not really close enough after that safety car. We've got back on board with Hazy then, as these two will absolutely battle it out for the race lead. As Shadow is right behind that diffuser of that McLaren. He could find himself go for a move here. Round the outside potentially, late braking. Shadow goes round the outside. Great defensive move by Hazy. Contact made though, as I say that. That's going to make Shadow lose a position out to Omar, but it's only ghosting at the moment. That could make Shadow get back ahead of Omar potentially, as Omar does late breaker. That's going to compare to, is Omar just going to stick behind him? He is. 1.2 seconds separates Omar and Chimp. Heading through the hairpin now. 8-10th gap. I think Shadow's not going to be happy with that little hit by Hazy, but nonetheless Hazy could fly away here. 7 10 separates them. So Gary still holds P5 to Wizzy's P6 and Jacob on P7. That's Omar getting another 3-second penalty. That's not going to help him at all, especially compared to it. We're going to pen 6 seconds, 3 seconds to Gabby. Oh, that's going to drop him. That's going to drop him further than P4. That's going to drop to P5. So Gary can see himself a P4 position. Chimp doesn't really need to worry about anything then. Chimp will have to just still happily just take P3 and sit behind then. Doesn't need to worry about an overtaking move whatsoever. Shadow then dropping down to 1.1 seconds to Hazy as we reach on lap 30. Penultimate lap to be then to decide the race winner. Hazy needs to make no mistakes then, head on to the second to last lap. Beautiful strategies put off for Hazy's way then. Could see Team overtaking Lewis then on the straight before we head into the corner. The outside move he could go for a little switch back into the inside. And he does get it done just before we head into the corner. That's a beautiful overtake by Timu. I absolutely enjoy that one. Off to a T. Windex could find himself having a good opportunity too, and Michelangelo. This Josh is right behind Wizzy Boy. And then we head on to the straight after the airpin. Wizzy Boy, 2 tenths by Wizzy Boy. Could go on the move for Gabby. Bit of contact made. That could allow Josh to get a job done, you know, but just doesn't look like he had enough of the exit to do it. This is his favourite overtaking spot at the moment though. The Bay. It looks like he's again too far back to try and do anything. So is Wizzy Boy. He does have himself a 10-second penalty at the moment. DRS is enabled here and we're heading to the last lap. So Hazy does find himself leading the race then. It looks like he could find himself to be the race winner at the moment. Yeah, second race winner, McLaren's third race win of the season. Pretty sure Hazy has a win this season. If not, I've been wrong all this time. I'm going to double check right now whilst things go on. What's this? Results. Yeah, he has won a race. He won Hungary. As I thought as much. So he's off for his second race win then for the season. No one close enough apart from Wizzy Boy on Josh, as Josh did get the overtake done on Wizzy Boy as he now hunts down Gabby for that final P5 spot and potentially a P4 spot, which would be vital for Josh in the championship at the moment. Do head on that last lap. So heading for the hairpin, he goes, Shadow goes. Doesn't need to care about the world at the moment. He'll think he'll have to take P2 himself for it. Even though he knew he's going to go fight for that win. Josh seems too far back to do anything to overtake Gabby. But heading through the bay now is Hazy. Heading for the final bridge. And heading through the last two corners to turn 22. 23 and the last corner as you got your Singapore race winner. It's Hazy. The McLaren comes home for his second race win of the season. Pure domination. He's come from the back of the grid to win it from his pit stop. As he'll happily take that. Shadow comes home to P2. Chim gets the podium in the end. P3 goes Timu up to P5 up to P4 then. And that's Timu to take P5. Gabby will go down to P6 and Omar to P7 and Josh will be P8. Wow, away. That strategy's paid off to a T for Hazy after the second safety car. Oh, he's going to be absolutely delighted with that. That third safety car did screw Omar a bit though, as he was flying away with the 3 second. But there goes Hazy. Heading through the paddock walk now as he's now going to celebrate with his team, and rightfully so, as he has won that race purely of skill and power and pace. As Hazy will lift the Singapore trophy now. And will spray the bottle of champagne all over Shadow and the constructor team to help. He's deserved it. as much as he can and as well as he wants. Hazy wins the Singapore Grand Prix. Wow, oh wow, what a race. And we'll hopefully for the better same thing for a sprint race in Japan, as we're heading to the other Asian country. So it will be goodbye Singapore, konnichiwa Japan, and I will see you there next week. I'm heading to the race director for you, as he will see this, as Josh will be there for it, as the incidents and all that. Warning, 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 warning. And also, lads, thank you for tuning in. I'm absolutely enjoyed for your company today. It's been a pleasure commentating for you as per usual. I'll probably see you next week. And that'll be it from my side. Thank you and goodbye.